أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my brothers and sisters. My brothers and sisters, a very important topic that I wanted to speak about is the connection that we have with Allah Azza wa Jal. Now, my brothers, as we all know, the very first thing that will be questioned about on the Day of Judgment is the Salah. And this will basically determine our Salah and our Amal, our deeds and everything, where we're going to end up, whether it's the heaven or the hellfire. So, my brothers and sisters, the very first question is the Salah, our prayers. And our prayers is not just in a sense of worshipping Allah Azza wa Jal. Our prayers also builds that connection with Allah. It is our connection with Allah Azza wa Jal. Now, my brothers and sisters, if I have a problem with my car, this car here, Eid al-Shar, Tabarakallah, Alhamdulillah, everything Allah has given me. May Allah bless everyone out there with everything that Allah has blessed them with. But if I have a problem with a car, okay, now I'm required to fill it up with petrol. Okay, I'm going to give you this example here so you can understand. I'm required to fill this car up with petrol so it runs. I'm required to service it frequently so the condition is maintained. So this is the requirement I have for this car. I need to have it checked, I need to have it serviced, and I need to fill it up with petrol in order for it to run. Okay? Now, with Allah Azza wa Jal, Allah has given us the guidelines to what it takes to be a Muslim. And Salah is fard upon every single Muslim out there. And I'm required to pray a minimum of 5 times a day. That's part of my requirement. But my brothers and sisters, I need you to think about this. If I'm praying 5 times a day and I'm rushing my Salah, I'm not thinking while I'm praying, I'm not taking my Salah seriously, and while I'm praying, there's no focus, there's no connection, there's no thinking about the words that are uttering out of my mouth, what is going to happen with my Iman? You understand what I'm trying to say, brothers and sisters? Same example I'm giving you with this car. If I don't service this car, if I don't fill it up with its fuel, if I don't have it serviced and checked, eventually what's going to happen to the car? You know what I'm trying to say, my brothers and sisters? It's gonna be defective, and so is my Iman. So if I don't build that connection with Allah Azza wa Jal, if I don't work on my deen, if I don't, while I'm praying, I'm actually focusing, I'm not rushing, I'm taking my time, in time of need, I'm being patient, I'm reading Quran, I'm doing the 5 pillars upon me, what's going to happen to my Iman if I start lacking these things? And even though I'm doing these things, I'm not taking them seriously and I'm not doing it 100%. My Iman will become defective, just like the car would be. So my brothers and sisters, you need to understand, it's not just you pray 5 times a day and that's it, I've done what I've done, عملت اللي علي. It's not like that, brothers and sisters. When you pray, you're standing before your Creator. There are times where we rush our Salah. We're in a hurry, I have to do something. We rush our Salah and we're in a hurry, but we're not understanding the time that we're rushing is in control of the Creator. He controls the time. What you're rushing towards, whether it be work, that is the blessing that Allah has given you. It is up to Him how much He's going to give you at that. It's up to Him that He's giving you that job today. Whatever you're rushing, my brothers and sisters, it's dunya at the end of the day. It's all dunya. And Allah is in control. When we're praying, we're thinking about nearly every single thing. When is the last time, my brothers and sisters, when you were praying, you actually thought about what you were saying? Instead of revising the verse of the Quran, you're actually thinking about the words of those verses. My brothers and sisters, we have a duty as Muslims, not just to act, but it's part of our worship to build that connection with Allah Azza wa Jal, to think about what you're uttering while you're praying, to put the deen first and stop putting this dunya first and the deen second. My brothers and sisters, I urge every one of you, when you pray your salah, think about what you're saying. Take your worship with Allah seriously. And when you start to think about what you're saying, when you start to put this deen first, wallahi, my brothers and sisters, you'll see a big difference in your life. You'll be مرتاح, you'll be at peace, my brothers and sisters. When you go through a trial and a tribulation, He'll put peace in your heart. And Allah, as He mentions in the Quran, He's with those that are patient. The real Muslims, not those that when something happens, they start complaining and they start cursing and they start questioning Allah's will. This deen, my brothers and sisters, it needs to put work in every day. Every day you need to put work in for this deen. And you have to take the worship to Allah serious. And you have to think about what you're saying and what you're doing when you're praying. My brothers and sisters, why when it comes to dunya, why when it comes to money, why when it comes to our bosses, we're willing to go all out and we're willing to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning and no worries, and you're willing to do overtime and you're willing to have injuries and back injuries and no problem, but when it comes to Allah, you can't get up early in the Fajr. When it comes to Allah, we're feeding Him scraps. If I put $50 in the box, بحمل جميله, I put $50 in the box. But when it comes to the Nike shoes, I'm willing to pay $300. When it comes to the Louis Vuitton bag, I'm willing to spend thousands of dollars, sisters. When it comes to zakat, when it comes to giving for the sake of Allah, we're giving Allah scraps. Why when it comes to deen, my brothers and sisters, we're not taking it serious, but when it comes to dunya, we're willing to give our lives for it? We need to ask ourselves this question. My brothers and sisters, this deen needs to come first. You need to put this deen first. And when you put this deen first, you have nothing else to worry about. Whether you're going for trials, whether you're going for tribulation, whether you're lacking something, you put Allah first and Allah looks after you, brothers and sisters. So I ask my brothers and sisters out there, remember why you're here. Remember the first question you're going to be asked on the Day of Judgment. And remember your purpose. We are here to worship Allah Azza wa Jal. Ask Allah Azza wa Jal to guide all the Muslim brothers and sisters out there, to strengthen our iman, to give us knowledge and to have mercy on us all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.